Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a huge and powerful herd of elephants. They were proud and majestic, and they believed they were the mightiest animals in the entire jungle. One day, the elephants were on their way to a lake to drink water. To get there, they had to cross a small village made up of tiny little mice. As the enormous elephants marched, they didn't even notice the mice's houses beneath their heavy feet. Many mice were crushed by accident. The leader of the mice, a small but very wise mouse, knew they had to do something. He went to the Elephant King, who was enormous. Looking down at the tiny mouse with an amused expression, "O great and powerful king of elephants," said the mouse, "I beg you, please change your path. Your journey to the lake is destroying our village and our homes. We are small, but we are also living creatures. One day we may be able to help you." The Elephant King and his herd burst into laughter. "You? A tiny mouse? How could you ever help me, the king of the jungle?" The elephant laughed. "I am big and strong. You are nothing but a speck of dust." The little mouse, though sad, didn't lose his confidence. "Size does not decide who is powerful," he said with great dignity. "A big heart and a confident spirit can be much stronger than a huge body." The Elephant King, impressed by the little mouse's courage, decided to listen. He ordered his herd to take a different path to the lake, leaving the mouse village unharmed. A few days later, the elephant herd was trapped by a group of hunters. The hunters set up strong nets of rope, and the elephants, despite their great strength, could not break free. They roared and trumpeted in fear and despair. The little mouse heard the roars and knew the elephants were in trouble. He gathered his entire mouse community and hurried to the elephants. When the elephants saw the tiny mice, they were confused. How could these little creatures help them? But the Mouse King, with a confident squeak, organized his troops. The thousands of tiny mice began to chew on the thick ropes of the nets. They worked tirelessly with great focus and determination. Soon, one by one, the ropes began to snap. Before long, the elephants were completely free. The Elephant King looked at the little mouse with great respect. He lowered his mighty trunk and said, "Thank you, my friend. You have taught me a great lesson. I was wrong to be proud of my size and to underestimate your confidence. Your small but powerful army saved our lives." From that day on, the elephants and the mice lived in peace, respecting each other as friends. The elephant and the mouse, like all stories from the Panchatantra, teaches us some valuable lessons about life. The first lesson is that true confidence comes from within. It doesn't depend on our physical size or strength. The little mouse was not more courageous because he was bigger or stronger than the elephants. His bravery came from his spirit, his belief in himself, and his community. The second lesson is that we should never judge someone by their appearance. The elephants made the mistake of underestimating the little mouse because of his size. They thought that only physical strength and power mattered, but they learned that there is much more to a person than their physical attributes. The little mouse may have been small, but he had a big heart, a sharp mind, and an unwavering spirit. These qualities made him and his community strong and capable of achieving great things. This story also teaches us the importance of cooperation and unity. The little mouse knew that he couldn't save himself or his village alone, so he reached out to his fellow mice, and together they were able to free the elephants from the hunter's net. Finally, the elephant and the mouse teaches us that everyone has something to offer. No matter how small or insignificant we may seem, we all have unique abilities and talents that can make a difference in the world. We should never lose faith in ourselves, and we should always be willing to help others, no matter how much bigger or stronger they may seem. So the next time you feel like you're just a small fish in a big pond, remember the story of the elephant and the mouse. Remember that true greatness comes from within, and that even the smallest of creatures can achieve greatness with a little bit of courage, confidence, and cooperation. That's all for today. See you next time. Please do subscribe for more videos.